Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself and create the life that you truly want to live. This is today's tarot. It's for all signs and it's for Thursday the 22nd of May 2025. I hope you're doing well. Let's get some cards out and see what's in the energies for everybody today. 2 cards out. Let's see what they are. Starting out with the call forth the waves. This is when we want a shake-up. We want something to happen. We want perhaps something to fall and then to dance with joy. So it very, very well could be that as well. Something that you've been wishing for, calling forth the waves. You don't care if it's going to disrupt life. It'd be better to do that, and it makes you very happy once it happens. This could be on the global scale here as old systems fall away, and we rejoice in that. And I think it will be difficult for us in certain ways, you know. As certain structures fall away, but we will piece together something better. Curiosity, being curious. Could be being curious about ourselves, being curious about this path. You know, I think these changes that we're going through, it's being orchestrated by Gaia herself, the earth, and being helped by a lot of different beings too. And so we could just be curious about being a part of this whole transition that the earth is going through right now. Empathy. Moving into a more empathic time now, meaning the people with empathy are being the leaders, are leading things forward. If things are not for the good of the earth and good for humans and every being on the earth, then what the hell are we doing? What have we been doing? Clearly we've been harming everyone on the earth. What is the point in that? For who? For who? Who is benefiting? Nobody. It makes no sense, right? It just makes no sense at all. And so the people with empathy now, you and I, we're leading the way, and we are being more outspoken now. Interesting. Okay, let's get some tarot out and see what's in the energies for everybody today. As usual, I'll be doing a general reading first, and then we'll get into the masculine and feminine energies, because part of these paradigm shifts are about masculine and feminine energies balancing out. So I want to get deeper into that. So we're starting out with these 2 cards, which is the Magician. We're manifesting something. 9 of Cups, that our heart has really desired as well. So a lot of wishes that we've had, we're manifesting that now. Now, with these big earth changes that are going on, we're not the manifestors of it. We're just playing our part in it. There is a bigger driver behind all of this, including not just Earth, but all the planets as well. You know, it's in the astrology for all of this to happen, moving into a new age now. And so we just play our part within that. So we're not the driver of it, yet we are part of it as well. And things that have been dear to your heart are coming about as a result of that. We have Temperance. Temperance is about biding our time. It's about having patience. This isn't going to happen overnight. Of course, it's huge. And Temperance is also about dealing with ourselves emotionally as well. And I was getting that from the curiosity as well. You might be curious about yourself and the transitions that you're going in within. Because it's like we're in this cocoon now. You know, we've been a caterpillar. We've experienced what that's like. And it's kind of hard work, isn't it? Crawling around on the trees and eating leaves. It's hard. And now we're in the goop. And while we're in the goop, we need to heal ourselves. We need to deal and be curious about our emotions and what it has been like to experience the kind of paradigm where we don't care about people or the planet. And moving into something new, dreaming of the butterfly. We don't know what it's like to be a butterfly yet, but we can start opening our minds to that, right? We've got the 3 of Pentacles. This is about getting stuff done in your community with the people around you as well. So perhaps coming up with new solutions for local food or something like that. Just getting more local. 3 of Pentacles is about the people around us. Learning, teaching, all playing our part, coming together as a community. Now, the Magician and the 9 of Cups. So we're manifesting wishes coming true, personal wishes coming true. You know, there's some things that we've wished for that have just not been possible within the paradigm that we've been in. 2 of Voices, but you don't know how to make it happen, so you don't know whether to turn left or right. So there's different aspects of this guidance. Some of the things that we've been wishing for within the old paradigm. And so, you know, especially if you've been wishing for, say, material things, you probably have been wishing for those within the certain structures that we've got, you know. And a lot of those won't manifest because they are within the old structures. So the guy's like, she doesn't really want that because that's part of the old system, and, you know, that's falling away anyway. She wouldn't have it for long even if she managed it. Let's not bother helping her with that one. It's that kind of thing. There's things that you've asked for that are more with your heart, deep and very important for your heart, that will manifest, but they can't manifest right now when we're in this transition. It's more like when we become butterflies, that it's going to be able to manifest as well. So this Two of Voices to me is saying, like, you're on the path to it already. You don't need to be able to figure out how to get it right now. Just as when you're in an airport, about to get on a plane somewhere, it's not this time to start a relationship because you're in transition, right? That relationship isn't going to last very long because you're about to get on a plane and they are two different places. So transition times are not the time to be manifesting something, whether it's relationships or other things. And yes, it's going to be very difficult to know how to do that, how to manifest your heart's desires in these cocoon times. You're neither a caterpillar nor a butterfly yet, and that's okay. Emotional release is behind that. Just healing yourself as well. And the impossibility of what you've been trying to manifest too. Some of the things you've been trying to manifest were definitely in those old structures and they're just not going to be possible. And that's okay. So this Temperance says, slow down, have patience, and be curious about your emotional state. And, you know, when we're coming to the end of times, the end of something is when we can fully feel what that thing has been doing to us. We don't want to fully feel something that has been bad for us when we're in it and there's no light at the end of the tunnel and there's no way out, because that would just be terrorizing ourselves. So let's not do that. I think we all know better than to do that. But when we see the light at the end of the tunnel, when we see structures falling away, when we can see that there's impending change, that's when we can start really feeling what has been happening. Just as if you end a relationship or, you know, quit your job and you have an end date, you can start to feel just how hard that job was, or just how wearing that relationship was. You can really feel what it was doing to you. That's the phase that we're in right now. We can start to really feel what it's been doing to us because we're coming out of it now. Knight of Voices. It's about, from an idea, action. Swift action happens. We've got the Nine of Voices and the Nine of Materials. The anxiety about the material stuff that we've been trying to single and independently manifest. You see, we've all been pitted against each other in these competitive times, right? But everybody alone. Like, it used to be like just family units alone. It went from communities to just family units alone, to single parents, to just every person for themselves. It's like, no, you can't have help from anybody else. You've all got to do it by yourselves. And you're not even allowed to pass your houses on to the next generation too. You all need to start again and do it completely by yourselves. That is terrible. Who would ever do that? Who would ever do that to anybody? You know, you wouldn't. Yeah, crazy times. So, Knight of Voices. From this Temperance, we're getting ourselves ready to be able to take swift action. It's like preparing ourselves for the starting gun. It's doing all of that inner work while things really in the outer world aren't working anymore, neither in the old paradigm nor in the new one that's coming. When we allow ourselves to just do the inner work and prepare ourselves so that when that starter pistol goes off, we're hitting the ground running. It's inner work time. What's behind this, please? Abundance is behind that as well. Abundance. So, Nine of Voices, it's been anxious. There's been a lot of anxiety, Nine of Materials. So there could be a lot of anxiety at the moment about material resources and about abundance as well. But if you just flow with the times, you know, it being about the inner work right now, take the heat, just take the heat off yourself. Don't terrorize yourself into trying to make things happen in the old paradigm now. Three of Pentacles, you know what I mean? It's like If you can't keep things going in the old paradigm, because the old paradigm is changing now, and if you're scared that it's not changing and you need to keep on doing those things that you had to do in the old paradigm as well, well, instead of doing that, just let it go and trust. Let it go and trust that things are changing. Three of Pentacles, you might want to get involved with your community here, making things happen. The Fool, starting something new, stepping into something new in your community, a more local kind of thing. Creating something, learning. It could be about teaching and learning as well. There might be something that you'd like to learn. It could become any anxieties that are coming up today could be resolved by learning something that you feel like is missing from your skill set, or something that you need to know about. Grounding, so that's going to ground you if you do that. Feels like a local thing, starting something off with your local community. Could involve teaching and learning as well. I'm feeling less of the teaching and more of the learning from somebody else too. All kinds of things. I think we're all going to have to find ways of feeding ourselves locally very soon. Could be something around that, something around something else. Let's get some cards out about the masculine and feminine energies then. So we are shifting into a more balanced era between masculine and feminine. Let's get some cards out about that, because it's an internal job first, of course. But a lot of people are railing against the masculine and feminine within themselves at the moment, projecting out onto others. So, say, for example, men blaming things on women, that is really something that's going on inside of them. Really, they're railing against a role that they feel that they've got as a man that they don't like having as a man, and they are blaming women for that. You know, it's a projection outwards instead of being curious about ourselves and what's going on. It's like, why is this thing annoying me so much? Why is this role annoying me so much? Or why, when people say that, is it annoying me so much? When it's got to do with like men and women and roles and things like that. The Tower, and it all comes crumbling down. Patriarchy, that kind of thing, any kind of archy, any kind of hierarchy, it clearly doesn't work, doesn't it? It clearly doesn't work. Power corrupts. We've seen that, and I don't think it'll be any different for matriarchy. Well, perhaps it'll be a little bit different for matriarchy. There will be differences, of course, but any kind of a hierarchy, I think, corrupts. It needs to come down. The Five of Swords, internal battles, and we have the Four of Pentacles, needing to keep things to yourself or save things for yourself. Let's get deeper into this. What's falling away? Everything. The Tower. Tower. I've got the Tower, thank you. Two of Emotions. Romantic relationships. Okay, and that's where we're seeing a lot of this go on, right? Romantic relationships falling away now. Clearly the old roles of patriarch, that kind of setup that we've had, it's not good for men and it's not good for women either, and so that needs to fall away. So probably see, as we have seen, a falling away of a lot of romantic relationships as well. I feel like romantic relationships are going to be born out of a more balanced time, you know. So once we've got ourselves fed and new structures, like local structures in place, I feel like there'll be new styles of romantic relationship coming in. There's home behind that too. So what I see from romantic relationships is not just the roles have been inappropriate now for men and women within relationships and within society's structures in general, but also the whole way of picking relationships has been wild, hasn't it? Like being able to swipe on people, so much choice yet so very little choice really, and this idea of like, I don't want this person because on Instagram I can see this seems available to me. No, it's not. Even that's not available to you because it doesn't even exist either. That is not. That's someone filtered. That's someone perfected. That's never available. And so there's this illusion of choice that isn't true. And it's created a lot of that too. Now, we've got home behind this as well, so it feels like it's going to become much more real. I feel like we're going to be in smaller communities again, and even though we're going to have communications and all of that kind of thing with the rest of the world, I think there's going to be a very grounding force behind it of like, but that's not real, and this is real. The people around you in your community are real. They're the ones you can have relationships with, you know. And it feels to me like the structures need to be in place first, a more egalitarian kind of a world structure. And Five of Swords, there's internal battle about this. So there still could be projection and all of that. It's been exhausting for everybody. Life has been exhausting for everybody. And relationships should be coming together to try and help each other out, you know, as a unit. Like I said, we've gone from like a community, it takes a village, to then it just takes a family, that's extended family, then to it takes a couple and their children, to it takes a single parent, and then, you know, to everyone being individuals. It's like you're all by yourself now. Nobody can help each other or you're going to get penalized. And it's a whole lot of stress. The Five of Swords, Ace of Materials, but a seed is planted for the future, for something much better and for abundance. Yeah. So I think when we've sorted other stuff out, I think relationships will naturally, romantic relationships will naturally come out of that in a much more balanced way and supportive for everybody. Ace of Materials, the seed is planted for that anyway. Even in that internal conflict, seeds are being planted. When we're experiencing things that we don't like, seeds are planted within us for something much better. We've got sexual energy behind that as well. Could be a very frustrating time for a lot of people. The Four of Pentacles, but keep something back for yourself, or keep something to yourself. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Voices, have boundaries. Muse of Materials is about your material resources as well. So be careful of not giving away the farm, of not sharing. You know, I haven't enjoyed these last few years of being a psychic and giving these messages and personal messages too, for a few reasons. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy my life and I love my work, but the kind of guidance, this kind of guidance is like, hold back, have boundaries, don't open your heart, protect yourself. It's very wearing. It's like, can we get to the other side of this already so that we can be ourselves and open our hearts again and be our true loving selves? But this is saying you've got to protect yourself at the moment. In other words, you don't want to get into a relationship while people are still of the mindset of the past, because the past is not what we want. They are hierarchical, patriarchal notions that are not conducive to good relationships, neither for men or for women. And so now's the time to pull back from that. Clearly this reading is saying, look, it's not the time for romantic relationships, but it will be in the future. There's movement into balance in past, present and future. So things need to move into balance first. The sun and the moon, masculine and feminine. Things moving into balance first, past, present and future. So yes, it's clear. It's clear to me anyway. So if you have been trying to manifest a new relationship, now's not the time. Just wait a few years. Be much more conducive to a kind of relationship that you would actually like to be in and that will benefit you, rather than deplete you, exhaust you and annoy you. Okay, what else have we got in the energies today? We have a woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. We have a vine, seek out information that will help you. There's that learning thing that I was getting. Wealth and casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. So we're in end times right now, and I'm not saying like doom and gloom and the world's ending, although I think there is a timeline that we've averted that has got that in, where humans do destroy themselves. But I don't feel that those of us here right now listening to me are on that timeline anymore. Whew. How best to deal with these energies today, please? We have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, she's law of attraction. She is allowing things to come to her. She's inspired. She knows what's important to her, what she wants, and she takes action based on that. She takes action when she's inspired. She's also lighting the way as well. Yeah, she's lighting the way. Figure that one out. Well, there you go. That's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. Would love to hear from you. What are you getting out of this? Are you feeling these things going down? Let me know in those comments below. If you'd like more from me, sign up for my free course. There's a link to it right there. And meditate with me right there. I put a new guided meditation video up every week. Meditate with me each day with that too. Have the best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.